Hi guys, so what's going on? I'll be showing you guys how to put the rear billet mount for the RSX. It will work for an Ep3 as well. We're just quickly going to go over the piece. Mind this is the piece I've been using right now to be doing all the testing. So I'll be going outside a little bit and showing you guys how to put everything on the car and what you need to do in order to put everything together. I will have more pictures here. I've got some of the hardware missing. But once you see it on the website, you're going to see with everything in there together. There's going to be another bolt and another nut like this with the kit, okay? And I'll show you exactly where everything's going to be going when you see it outside on the car. But quickly overview of the difference between it, and you may be wondering why or how come I ended up making this piece. And if you clearly don't see the size difference, I really don't know what else to tell you right there, but that is the purpose. It's for clearance. A lot of people that go turbo and want to run the full exhaust to the back, it is very difficult at times to run an exhaust and clear this huge rear OEM mount. As you can see here with the billet one, you get about 2 inches and 3/4, almost 3 inches of clearance going to the back and able to run an exhaust. And you're gonna have one of those two that are gonna say, well, I did mine, no problem. And that's fine. I mean, you probably did it and there's no problem. But this is the purpose, to make it easier. Maybe you struggle, maybe you were having a hard time, and this right here is gonna make things a lot easier, and it looks absolutely freaking badass. So you can see here how it looks. I'm gonna go ahead and show you, put it on step by step. It is a little bit of process. It is, if you've never really done any crazy mechanic shop, I have a buddy help you. But overall it's not too difficult, but it is a little bit of time that it takes. I ended up putting this one in about 20 minutes. So it's not too hard, but definitely takes some time, and I'll show you exactly what you need to do in order to save a lot of time so you don't run into the issues that I did in order to put it on. But overall, it's very, very simple. It literally swaps back in for the new one. So you can see here, the bolts line up there, all the bolts right in the bottom, and as well right there. So I think that's good enough. I'm gonna go ahead outside and start installing it and showing you guys how to put it together. All right, so let's go. Here we go. So how you're gonna be taking the OEM one out, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the size sockets that you need. So this is gonna be a 17, and then you're gonna need another 17 on this side and a 17 on this side. Okay, that's how you take this right here. And you're not gonna take this one off because it's a little difficult to get there with the header. So what you're gonna end up doing is the mount sits like this. Okay, I'm doing it one hand here for you guys. All right, so like that. And what you're gonna have to do is go underneath the car and remove the 14s on here. So 14 millimeter, 14 and 14. And what's that gonna allow you to do is to bring everything out, and then you'll have enough room to take off the 17 here. All right, that is how you take the OEM one out, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to put the billet one on now. All right, so pretty simple to take the OEM one out. It does take a little bit of time, but you have to do it in that step to make it a lot easier for yourself. Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to put the billet one. Now be aware of it, it does take a little bit of time, but everything that I'm sharing to you guys, I already went through the trouble, and I found out the easiest way it will work for you. All right, so the very first thing you're gonna have to do before putting this billet rear mount, you're gonna have to drop your subframe, and you're only gonna have to drop it just a little bit. So you're gonna loosen this one, that one on that side, all right, and as well as the one over here and the one in that corner, and they're all 17 millimeter bolts. So you can see here, so they're all 17. Okay, so 17, leave them about like this, how I have that one right there and the one in the back. The very next thing what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to cut this right here. Okay, I had my buddy that did it and he didn't have to do it, but for me it just turned out to be just way easier if I just cut that little tiny little piece right here. And that was the best way for me to work. Now my buddy did it and he didn't have to shave it, but he said he had a harder time putting the mount in. So I suggest just shave that little piece right there. You can see it, and you'll see exactly when I put the mount how it looks. Okay, and then once you have that, you have the I can't move it up. I'm doing it on one hand. The subframe down like it is. Okay, all 4 bolts down, and it's not gonna come down on you because it's still holding on by this mount right here and the control arm right here. So it's not gonna come down on you. It's just gonna hang down a little bit. So just loosen up the 14s right here, all 4 corners, and it's gonna drop the subframe just enough, and you'll be able to cut this little piece right here. And you're gonna have to have the subframe down, and I'll show you exactly how to put them out right now. And it's super simple, but please follow the simple steps and you can be able to put it on in a matter of minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting the mount in and show you which way it's gonna be going down. Now for it, it's gonna be going into this like so after, okay? So the easiest way it worked out for me, and same thing as my buddy put in his car, we worked out that if you loosen up the 2 bolts right here, it loosens it just enough that it can snug it in, and then once you put everything on, you can go ahead and tighten the bolts up. It just works a little bit better like that. I tried it without it and it's a little bit snug, but with the bolts loose, it just works perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. Mind this, I'm doing with this one hand. Okay, so make sure you follow it how I'm doing it. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna feed it down first. Okay, just like that. And look, there you go. I'm gonna go ahead and put that bolt right there, right here on the top. I'm not gonna tighten it all the way. I'm gonna show you how that looks. Mind this, I'm doing this one hand, so just bear with me, okay? So there you go. I'm gonna go ahead and put that and show you what's next. So there you go. This is the only OEM mount you're gonna be using. Everything else I'm gonna be supplying to you because it works absolutely perfect. There's no reason to swap it out, okay? So you can see there. I'm gonna go ahead and underneath the car and start showing you guys what's next. All right, there you go. You guys see it? Now make sure you use the bolts that I'm gonna be supplying you guys. Don't use the OEM bolts. They're a little bit too short, and being is because the billet pieces are a little bit thick. So you're gonna put these 2 bolts first, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the mount on here. And you can see here exactly why you need to shave that off. Once again, my buddy went and did it, but I feel like it was just a little bit easier if you just shave it off, especially when the subframe goes up. You can see here, it can honestly touch. So it's a little bit easier, just cut the little piece right there. It's not gonna ruin none of that structure, so you'll be fine, okay? All right, so you got both of these bolts on. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the mount, okay? You can see it here. And I have this loose, don't tighten everything up just yet. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the mount. And then I'll bring you guys back up. I'm doing this one hand, so just keep that in mind, please, as you watching the video. All right, we got the mount on right there. You can see it went down pretty easy. And next thing, I will be supplying you guys with a new bolt for this side and a nut on this side. Okay, so you cannot feed the bolt this way, just because it being the headers here. So I highly suggest to put the bolt that way. It's a little bit easier, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that. And then you guys gonna go ahead and put a nut on this side, all right? So make sure you don't forget that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on and show you how that looks after, right? Here we go, guys. So one thing is, keep in mind, I am gonna be giving you guys a longer bolt here. This is just the OEM bolt that I have for now, and you can see here it does not fit. It is too short, and you're gonna have the nut here going like so. All right, so keep that in mind. It's gonna be going just like that. All right, you can see the damn mosquitoes right there. Florida, man, that's what happens. All right, so as well, I got the 14 back on here, the other 14 and the other 14 right there. And we're gonna go ahead and tighten the Allen bolt keys right here. Both of them are loose, so you can see here. All right, so pretty simple, not too difficult. It does take a little bit of time, but honestly not too bad. So you can see here the clearance on that. Once again, he said he didn't run into any issues. I personally feel like you can. So you're better off just shaving that tiny little piece right there. I did it with my this tool right here. It literally took like 15 seconds, so it wasn't too bad. So that cleared perfect, and you're able to put everything on just right. And you have to follow these steps. Please do it. If you try to do it any other way, it can be very difficult to put them out. So the only thing that I got left over is to tighten this 17 here and the all 4 corners, and the whole thing will go up and stay as it should. And then I'm gonna go double check all the bolts, even the one up top, and I'm gonna go give you guys a top view how it looks with everything being put on. The only thing I have to do is get the longer bolt right here and put the nut on there, and that's about it. But and I gotta tighten that one right there, but that's it. So just a quick overview on the bottom so you guys can see it. And You can see how much more room will be here. I'll show you at the top how much it will look like. Here we go, guys. We are done. Mount is completely on. And holy crap, there's clearance here between here and here. And there was a down pipe to go here. The clearance for here would be absolutely perfect, as you can see here. So normally this piece will go over that. One of the baddest things I like about this billet piece, it shows the rear billet mount, so you can see here how it looks. I absolutely love how it looks. Ain't nothing like it like that. So it's pretty badass. You're able to see the mount like that, and the clearance that you get is absolutely one of a kind, as you can see here. So there it is, guys. Please follow the steps how I did it. You'll be able to put it on fairly quickly. It wasn't too difficult to put it on, but it definitely takes a little bit of time. So if you have a buddy help you, it will make it even easier. Make sure you drop the subframe. It's literally 4 bolts. That's it. It will drop far enough down that you're able to put the mount on and cut that little piece. All right. Other than that, I have nothing else to say, and I think it's good enough right there. Enough information that I shared to you guys. So if you have any questions, hit me up through email. Honestly, the best way to get to me, and I'll respond to you very, very fast. So other than that, appreciate you guys watching, and see you guys in the next one.